Okay, what I'm doing today is a fly sparge. There are two ways to sparge, like I said. One is the fly sparge and one is the batch sparge. And the fly sparge is basically just pouring water right over top of your grain bed, rinsing the grains as the water falls down through the grain bed, and then it runs through my pump down there, and I'm collecting it right over here. You see that? That looks beautiful, doesn't it? Anyways, you want to collect, if you're fly sparging, you want to collect at about, I don't know, a quart every 5 minutes or so. I'm doing 12 gallons right here, and I'll probably take me about 30 to 45 minutes to collect those 12 gallons. You can see that the aluminum foil is acting as a little protection from disturbing the grain bed. And if you look down in there, I actually have about a ½ inch or so of hot water above the grain bed. That's what you want. You want the water to fall through like that. The other method of sparging is batch sparging, and basically what you want to do is you just want to open up your valve after you're done vorloffing, collect your first runnings, add back in some heated sparge water, usually about the same amount that you mash with, and then you want to recirculate and vorloff again until it's clear, and then you want to open it up again and collect your second runnings, and that's it. I use this method just because I like it, and usually, you know, if the slower you are with your fly sparge, the more efficiency you get. I don't know exactly how true that is. I usually hit around 80-85% efficiency, which is pretty good. So I'm going to close this up right now, and I am going to knock this back just a little bit on the water, and I'm going to collect my beer. I'm also going to take a refractometer reading pretty soon here to see what my sugar content is. Alright, I'm just about out of water. It's just pissing away a little bit there. I'm on my last legs of the sparge. While I was in here, I wanted you guys to look at something. I'm going to zoom in here. See those little pieces that kind of look like insects or something? Those are actual sprouts from when they had to malt the barley and germinate it. So when you see that in your mash, don't sweat it. That's just natural stuff. Some people get concerned thinking that there was bugs in their grain. That's just the way it goes. Moving over to the boil. Looking here, I got some nice hot break going on right now. I'm almost done. If you look at my tube here, you can see that it's running pretty clear right there. I took a refractometer reading and I was coming in at 1048, which is still pretty good because I probably got about another gallon or so to collect, and then I'm done. And taking a little detour here, I figured I'd give you guys a shot of all of these wonderful beauties. Look at all that. These are my Cascade hops. A nice wall of them. I want to show you guys something while I'm at it. You see this hop right here? That is not a Cascade hop. And I can tell just by what it looks like. Let me pull one off. You see this one? That is a Cascade hop. What's the difference? This one right over here is flared out on the sides, and this one's more of a cone, compact cone. This one right here is an East Kent Golding, and this little bugger crawled over through here from this one right here. So when I go to harvest these, I'm going to have to make sure I know what's going on with these. I actually harvested about a ½ pound of Cascade hops the other day. So that's a nice backdrop for the brewing experience. They look good. They're doing pretty good this year. One thing I forgot to mention is when you're doing a fly sparge like this, it's really nice having a refractometer because you could just do spot checks on your sugar content. Apparently, when you're getting down to your final runnings, you want to continuously check your gravity, because if your gravity gets below 1.010, then you can potentially start extracting tannins. I've never really had that happen. I don't think I've ever gotten that low before with my sugar content, but that's just something you need to be aware of whenever you're collecting like this and you're doing a fly sparge. I'm going to crank up this heat and get this boil going. We're going to get it going. Alright, look at all that hot break right there. I'm going to start skimming at it. Looks like hot chocolate. Just going to go in here, scoop this up, whip it out. And I'm going to continue to do this until I get a nice boil going. I like doing this because, you know, it just gets a lot of the proteins out of there, and which can contribute to a haze whenever you're in your final beer, when you're drinking your beer. Alright, let's do it. Alright, I got it up to a boil, and just like with extract, you gotta watch it, otherwise you can have a boil over. I was doing a lot of skimming of the hot break there, and it's still pretty thick. I did a ton of skimming actually, and I'm gonna add my hops right now, so see how this works. I have my hops in my little hop bag here. I'm adding some Chinook to this. You see how that's boiling up right now? I better cut this heat back. Okay, I got my boil going, and we're going to boil for about 60 minutes. Then we're going to chill it down. Alright, we're just about finished here. I got the wort going down through the plate chiller. It's coming down through this tube right here. And usually I just feel this, and if it's cooler than my touch, then that's good enough for me. And it's coming right down into there, filling this up. A nice big 15-gallon fermenter right here. Can't beat that. Alright, I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. I got everything cleaned up, everything's good to go. Collected 10 gallons of honey smoked porter. I just want to leave you with a couple other pointers. I wanted to let you know that don't be afraid of doing all grain. All grain brewing is really simple, it's really easy. If it's your first time doing all grain, one thing you want to do is you always want to have, you know, about a gallon of water boiling on the stove, and you also want to have cold water too. Just in case you're not hitting your mash temperatures, you want to make sure that you have some extra water on hand to bring your mash temperatures up or down depending on how cold or how hot your mash is. Make sure there's no clumps in your mash. If you're fly sparging, fly sparge slow. You know, that's really about it. It's not hard to do. If you're doing it your first time, go for about 60% efficiency, and always have about 3 pounds of dried malt extract on hand, just in case you're not hitting your numbers and you need to compensate for that. You can just add your dry malt extract whenever you go to the boil. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, shoot me an email at benshomebrew.com. Feel free to subscribe or comment and rate. Thanks.